Kickoff coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Zapata will do it. Let's see if he kicks it long. No, he kind of squibs it. Fielded by an up back at the 30, 35, 40. And a nice run there up to the 41-yard line by Ronaldo Gaskins. And it will mean that the Bulldogs will have 40 seconds to try to get the ball down into field goal range or try to go for 6 points. So still some time left on the clock.
Well, Camden can strike quickly. We saw that in the very first quarter where they threw that pass to Kelvin Grant and he took it on in. So let's just see what they have in mind now.
Grant, 6'1", 195-pound senior, and boy, you know they'll watch him on this series. McCollum, the quarterback, will be in the gun. He's got Brown next to him. Quarterback drawing a big hole for McCollum. McCollum midfield and across into Yellow Jacket territory down to the 46. The Bulldogs have one timeout left here. They will stop the clock on the move of the chains because that will be a first down.
And here goes Camden with their no-huddle offense again. They're ready to go.
Double wideouts both sides. Grant is on the far left side. Clock now running. Less than 30 seconds to go, as you can see. McCollum taking his time here a little bit. Now has it. Wants to throw, steps up again, and this time he's not going to run.
This time they got him.
He will be snowed under at the 47-yard line, and the Bulldogs will probably have to use that last time out. And they're trying to get the attention of the officials to call it, and they didn't get it immediately. Now they do with 6 seconds to go. So that means, Marty, I would think that it's got to be a Hail Mary here, and that's all.
Well, it would be something like that, or perhaps Kelvin Grant across the middle. If he can bust it loose, he'd be real hard to bring down, and that might be what they're thinking about. It seemed like about 4 or 5 seconds ran off the clock while Jimmy Neal was trying to get the officials' attention there.
And also it looked like 4 or 5 seconds ran off the clock when McCollum didn't snap it right away.
Well, I was kind of surprised about that as well. He, with the clock running like that, what do we got here?
They're going to add some time on the clock. They're going to add a couple of seconds to make it 8 seconds. So I think that is an acknowledgement that the officials did not get Jimmy Neal's signal for the timeout.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I thought was going on. I saw Jimmy Neal out there on the 30-yard line trying to get the officials' attention, and he finally did.
So 8 seconds remain here in the half. It's second down and 11 from the 47-yard line of the Yellow Jackets, but that's fairly insignificant. It looks like one pass by that young man right there, Eric McCollum, is what the Bulldogs are going to need to try to break this 14-14 tie.
And as I say, Jim, he's got a number of weapons out there, not just Kelvin Grant. He's got Marvin Johnson and Todd Glee as well, and also Marcus Brown coming out of the backfield if need be.
Here we go. Pass across the middle will be incomplete, intended for Grant, but now they'll get one more play because there are 3 seconds remaining in the half.
That's what I figured they may try to do, Jim. Grant across the middle, and had he caught that, well, he had a couple of guys around him, but knowing Kelvin Grant, he would have been difficult to bring down in that situation.
So one more play here to end the half.
So maybe this is your Hail Mary, Jim.
Grant will line up again on the left side, and he will be joined over there by Marvin Johnson. Double wideouts to both sides. Final play of the half unless there's a penalty. The snap and McCollum drops. Across the middle, looking out there, incomplete through the hands of Marvin Johnson, who had an opening. Don't know if he would have scored, but he could have caught it.
He was wide open on that one. He just dropped it right through his hands.
So we have come to the end of a very exciting first half here in the 3A state championship game. We are all knotted at 14, the Bulldogs of Camden and the Yellow Jackets of Union. Don't go away. We are back with the third quarter right after this. Welcome back to the Weekend of Champions 2001, brought to you as always by Southland Log Homes. It's the 3A state championship game between the Yellow Jackets of Union and the Bulldogs of Camden. We are tied at 14. The Bulldogs will get the football to start the second half. Jim Henderson and Marty Kramer here with you, and the Bulldogs will return it from the 6-yard line. Straight ahead to the 20, and that's about all as the tenacious Yellow Jackets come in and swarm the runner. And the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Yeah, it was Marcus Brown on the return there.
There's our halftime stats. Really, Marty, not much to offer there. 172, 141. The turnovers, 1 apiece. Very even game.
This is about what they expected. It's going to go right down to the wire in this one. Stats are almost identical.
McCallum, the quarterback, and Brown is with him. McCallum will keep it himself, cuts around past the 20, and then is jackknifed at about the 22. Big tackle in there by number 33, Terrence Salter, all 245 pounds of him.
He sure sniffed that out real well.
So the pickup will be a yard, 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Third quarter just underway, game tied at 14. A very good 3A state championship game. McCullum, the pass to Grant at the 20. Grant spins, gets away from 1, turns the corner, gets to the 25, and finally wrestled down at the 27-yard line. But boy, what effort by Calvin Grant.
He should have been down for a loss on that, but he turned that into a positive gain. Great effort.
Salter and Fowler on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. So a 3rd down and about 4 from the 27-yard line. Big play coming up for the Bulldogs who want to keep the ball. Neither team really having any momentum going into the second half. It is there to be grabbed by someone.
It's going back and forth, Jim.
Double wide ass to the right side. McCullum will roll in that direction, wants to throw. Pressure gets rid of it. It will be tipped and then caught on the far sideline for a 1st down by Calvin Grant.
In the right place at the right time. That should have been picked off.
Just enough for the 1st down and a little bit of a break for the Bulldogs because it looked like it would indeed have been picked off by the Yellow Jackets.
And once again, the ball bounces for Camden.
The ball at the 33-yard line, 1st down. Handoff right up the middle goes Brown, and not much doing there.
It's real tough running inside. That Union defensive line is real tough.
So he'll get about a yard, if that. And it will bring up 2nd. Oh, let's give him a couple of yards on that. Let's check that. A couple of yards for Marcus Brown. So the ball now will be at the 36. 2nd and 7. Give him 3 on the play. McCullum keeps, tries to run, and is stood up big time by Terrence Salter after the gain of about a couple of yards. So to bring up 3rd down, another big 3rd down play coming up here for the Bulldogs. 2nd one in this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And wide receivers switching sides here. Grant will come wide left to the near side of the field.
Here's that 4 wideout spread for Camden again.
McCullum in the gun out of the spread, and here he goes. He's looking. Pass will be behind the intended receiver and incomplete. He was looking out there for Todd Glee, but threw it behind him.
Yeah, he had time on that play. He and Todd have been teammates ever since they were in middle school, and they should know each other pretty well.
So 4th down coming up now. Gray Biggins on to punt here for the Bulldogs. And for Union, Marcus Ruth will be one punt returner, as for the first time in the game there are twin punt returners back for the Yellow Jackets. There's the kick, flag on the play. It is received and dropped at the 31-yard line and not going much of anywhere. And Salter is going to be stopped at the 31, but let's check the flag back up the field and see what that is.
The initial something by Charles King.
They're discussing it now.
And there's a player down.
And there is a player down. It looks like a Yellow Jacket player on the field. It looks like Marcus Ruth, or let's check that. I believe it's the returner, Adrian Salter. It is Adrian Salter, and an illegal procedure was the call on the Bulldogs. So now it will become the Yellow Jackets' decision. Do they want the ball where it is, or do they want it re-kicked? And I would suspect, Marty, that they may re-kick it.
They probably will, although that isn't real bad
No,
field
it's not.
position.
It's not. I would say it's average, and it'll be interesting to see what they want to do here. But first of all, they have to tend to the injured player, Salters, down on the field.
Let's hope he's not hurt too badly.
You can see the crowd of people around him there.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit concerned about that.
And now it looks like he's up, and he's going to be able to get off the field under his own power.
That's good. Hate to see these young guys go down and stay down, don't you, Jim?
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's see what the call is going to be. I think they may decline it. The ball is at the 36-yard line. It looks like they are going to decline the penalty. There's the illegal procedure call, and it will be declined. So the Yellow Jackets will take it at the 36, 1st and 10, with 9:11 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, those punt returns have been an adventure. They fumbled one away, and they fumbled that last one and were able to recover it. So maybe that was what the coach had in mind on that play.
Smith, the tailback behind Harris on 1st down. Juggled the ball, now gives it to Smith. He finds a hole to the 40, to the 45, and out to the 46-yard line. And that may be enough for a 1st down.
That was a nice little run there.
1st down it is for the Yellow Jackets. Our game tied at 14, third quarter. Union, a 2-time defending state champion. Camden trying to win its first state title since 1990. 1st and 10 from the 46. Harris in the shotgun. Smith alongside. Harris wants to throw. Pass will be deflected and almost picked off in there.
Leroy Bracey, he had his hands in there. And if he had taken that, he could have gotten some good yardage on that. There didn't seem to be too much between him and the goal line, but little over anxious there. Tried to run before he caught it.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Double wide out to the left side, single wide out to the right side is Brandon. Here on 2nd and 10. Long count, ball handed off. Smith with a hole will cross midfield into Bulldog territory down to the 47-yard line.
Looks like he picked up almost 5 yards in that play, Jim.
They'll actually spot it back at the 49, not a favorable spot for the Yellow Jackets. Give him 5 and call it 3rd and 5 coming up. Splitting out wide left will be David Smith. He had 4 catches in the first half, but has been held silent here in the second. Double wide outs right side, near side of the field. Big 3rd down play for Union. 3rd and 5. Harris with the ball. He's going to find an opening, going to try to run, and he's going to be stopped before he gets to the 1st down.
He is stood up.
Bracey, one of the tacklers.
It looks like Des Sanders. Yeah, big Desmond Sanders on the bottom of that pile just stood him up.
So it will bring up 4th down. Good job by the Bulldogs. And that will bring on the punting unit for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, all 308 pounds of Des Sanders. That's hard to move out of the way.
Grant stands back at his own 15 to get the punt from Adam Mullins. Good snap. Very little pressure, and Mullins gets it away. A nice spiraling kick. Grant's going to get a return at the 17. He catches the ball. He juggles it and finally holds on and is down at the 29-yard line.
And once again, he had 2 guys right on him, and he just split him and gained almost 10 yards after he caught the ball.
So the Bulldogs get it back here with 7:22 to go in the third quarter. Our game remains tied at 14. All points in the first half. Kelvin Grant scored first for the ball club from Camden on a 56-yard pass play from Eric McCollum. Camden made it 14-0, 9-12 in the first half on a 9-yard run by Marcus Brown. Then Union came back on touchdown runs of 1 yard by Ramsey Fowler and an 8-yard pass from Josh Harris to Roberto Smith. First play offensively for the Bulldogs doesn't go anywhere.
That's tough running inside there. That defensive line for Union is just stuffing every play, it seems.
2nd and about 9.5 here. You see the score and the time remaining in the third quarter. And this one has been a battle. And we got a long way to go. McCollum now ready to go, we think.
Again, that no-huddle offense. Both teams run that.
Marcus Brown beside him. McCullum keeps the football, going to try to sweep the right side, and he is knocked down right at the 30-yard line. And big number 33, Terrence Salter, has made a bunch of plays tonight for Union.
Boy, that was a tough hit.
245 pounds, and he likes to string the play out.
Two very well-coached teams here, Jim.
Well, Jimmy Neal certainly done a great job for the Bulldogs, and Mike Anthony, the head coach over at Union, also the same. Two great teams playing here for the 3A state championship.
Yes, indeed. And they're giving the fans everything they asked for.
And little to give either way right now. Bluff pass by McCullum, going to go over down. Deep's got a man. It's going to be caught out there on a great catch.
There it is.
By Marvin Johnson for the first down. Johnson catches it, goes down at the 38-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
Marvin Johnson's only a sophomore, so the Camden fans have 2 more years to look forward to his making catches like that. That was a lovely pass and catch.
So 1st and 10 from the 38. McCullum in the gun, gives the ball to Brown. Brown fights for yardage up near the 35-yard line.
There's that misdirection again. Marcus Brown starts one way and cuts back the other.
The gain will be 3, 2nd and 7. Ball right in the center of the field, as you can see. 5:25 remaining third quarter. Bulldogs on the move. Big pass play to Marvin Johnson has gotten this drive going, but this time Brown is stuffed at the center of the line. Leading the way for Union was Curtis Rice, the 6'3", 205-pound junior linebacker. The ball will be spotted at the 34. So a huge third down play for the Bulldogs here. They got to go a few yards. It's 3rd and 6.
Once again, another big play.
Grant and Johnson wide to the right. Brown in the slot just to the right of the quarterback, McCullum, who rolls. He wants to throw long. He does throw long, incomplete.
Right through the hands of Marvin Johnson.
Line intended for Marvin Johnson.
And he was wide open.
And so it will be 4th down.
Yeah, Eric McCollum led him just a little bit too much on that play, or else that could have been 6.
So let's see what the Bulldogs want to do here on 4th down. The line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line, and I would think they're going, well, I thought they were going to go, but it doesn't look like they are.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jim, early in the first half they went for it on almost the same place on the field and got it, and but they brought on Gray Biggins to punt it away.
Biggins will stand back near midfield. And, of course, he'll just try to pooch punt it as Salters will stand back at his own 7-yard line to receive it. And there's the kick. Salter's just going to watch it, and it will go out of bounds.
Oh, what a great kick.
The ball will be out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and that is where the Yellow Jackets will put it in play, 1st and 10. The coffin corner by Biggins comes through big time.
Boy, he nailed that exactly where Jimmy Neal wanted him to.
So the Yellow Jackets have 97 big ones to traverse here if they're hoped to get a touchdown and break this 14-14 tie. And as you can see, the ball is just inside the 3. Couldn't do much better than that. Josh Harris back on now for the Yellow Jackets. And let's see if he wants to gamble, put it up. Handoff first play, no. Smith fights for yardage. He got out across the 5 to the 7-yard line.
That was a nice run. He was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and he was able to get positive yards out of that one.
Roberto Smith socked a couple of times in there, but held his ground and got it out just beyond the 7-yard line. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
He's got a little bit of breathing room now. Perhaps he'll put it up on this one.
Smith and Brandon heading out wide left. Brandon in the slot. Official timeout.
Looks like there was an equipment problem with the Camden player, and he's come out, and they have a replacement there, Jim.
With 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Game tied at 14. Great 3A state championship game. Harris, the quarterback, has it. Hands the ball off inside, nothing doing. Good job by the Bulldog defensive front to stop the play. Smith was stopped for virtually no gain.
The hit was made by Charles King.
Charles King on that one, he sniffed that out real well.
They will give him a yard to the 8 and make it 3rd and 5. Big play for both teams. The Bulldogs could get great field position if they can hold here. The Yellow Jackets want to get it out from the shadow of their own goalpost.
Seems like just about every play now, Jim, is going to be a big play as we get farther into this game.
Harris to throw, batted into the air, incomplete. Great
Number
job
90.
by the Bulldogs.
Charles King, unbelievable.
Charles King got his big paw on the way, and it will bring up 4th down.
And he is a big fella. And he's only a junior. He'll be back again next year.
6 foot, 205-pounder. And so the punting unit is on now for the Yellow Jackets, and that means Adam Mullins will stand back in his own end zone. And let's see if the Bulldogs bring the heat or try to set up the return.
Either way, they're probably going to get real good field position on this.
No pressure, and Mullins boots it away, and boy, he hits a good one. Grant's going to get it at the 43-yard line. He sidesteps one to the 40, 35, and Grant dragged out of bounds from behind by Charles Brandon.
Again, he ran out of room, or else he could have gone a lot farther. That Kelvin Grant, he is putting on quite a show tonight when he touches the ball. It's real hard to bring him down, Jim.
So great field position for the Bulldogs inside the 32-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. 3:05 to go, 3rd quarter. Eric McCollum and company back in business. Game tied at 14. Neither team has scored here in the 3rd quarter.
You had a 3-man front there for Union now.
McCollum in the shotgun. Drops, wants to throw. Pass complete. Grant, he sidesteps 120, 15-10, and Grant down to the 7-yard line. 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Once again, he really brings it.
A big missed tackle in there that really got Grant off to the races.
And good pass protection by the Camden offensive line allowed Eric McCollum to have the time to find Kelvin Grant on that play.
1st and goal. Numerous switches by the Bulldogs. The ball is handed off. Big hole up
Marcus
the middle.
Brown.
It'll be close. Let's see. They will not get in as Marcus Brown will be stopped right about the 1-yard line. Quickly up. No huddle offense this time for the Bulldogs. They're trying to score quickly. McCollum will hand it off again.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Number 28, Marcus Brown once again.
Marcus Brown goes in from a yard with 2:28 to go, and the Bulldogs regain the lead at 20-14. A very good drive, again set up by good field position, and a big catch by Kelvin Grant set it up. Brown in for the yard, and now let's see if the Bulldogs can make it 21. Jake Broom on to try the extra point. High snap, got it down, kick is up, and it's good. 21-14 now in favor of the Bulldogs from Camden over the Yellow Jackets of Union here in the 3A state championship game. 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we will be back with more from William Bryce Stadium right after this.
State championship games, all of them have been recorded and are available.
There's the kickoff following the touchdown. The Yellow Jackets will get a return from about the 8-yard line and a little bit of a hole, 25-30, and dragged down at about the 35-yard line is Justin Knox, a sophomore who is also a quarterback on the Union team. So with 2:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the Yellow Jackets once again will play from behind, down 21-14. But Marty, this is not unusual for Union. It was 7 and 14-0 before the Yellow Jackets got going.
Well, it seemed like they needed that to get in the hole a little bit, to get jump-started. And Justin Knox was about one player away from busting that one wide open.
Harris, the quarterback, inside handoff to Roberto Smith, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that's all. Good stop again by the center of the line for the Bulldogs, led by Leroy Bracey, the 180-pound junior linebacker.
It's tough running for both teams inside there, Jim.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Savage out wide right and Clayton wide left, along with Smith. Man in motion is Smith now to the right as Harris will drop and roll that way. Harris looks up, can't find anybody, and is knocked down at the 37-yard line. Great play again by the Bulldog defensive front. Tony Bowie leading the way.
They contained him very well on that play, or else he could have made something out of that.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 for Union. Big play coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Once again, Smith and Clayton go wide left, double wide outs each side. Brandon wide right to the near side. Harris looking up, runs to the right, still wants to throw, now wants to run, and has got some room to the 45 and out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, and that will be enough for a Yellow Jacket first down. So the legs of Josh Harris get it done, and Union remains alive.
And he did something else, Jim. He got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
1 minute to go in the third quarter. A big third down conversion there for the Yellow Jackets. So once again, Smith goes out wide left. He has not caught a pass here in the second half. Bulldogs have done a good job keeping him contained. Harris gets the snap. Now he wants to roll left. He sets, he throws. He's got a man open, complete to the 37-yard line. That will be enough for the first down, and that was David Smith for the first time here in the second half.
He was wide open, Jim, and that was a great pass. Harris was under a lot of pressure from number 90. That was Charles King, and he got that off and made a great play.
Two heavyweight champions doing battle here in the 3A state title game.
They're just slugging it out. Who's gonna be the last one standing?
1st and 10 from the 37 of the Bulldogs. Harris again in the gun. Smith to his right. Looking up, wants to roll. Throwing long, down the right side, looking for Brandon. Pass will be caught, but let's see what the call is. Flag on the play.
There is a flag on that one, Jim. I wonder what the
He
call
threw the flag. Let's see, first of all, if he caught the ball. They're saying no, he did not catch the ball. He was out of bounds. But now there's a flag, and let's see what that one's is.
The Union player looks upset, so perhaps he's called it against you. What do we got here? Here we go, Jim.
Pass interference. Oh, against
Union. My goodness gracious.
Whoa, a huge call. So the play will come back. The play will come back. And who will get it? Chance to watch it there. Let's see. Well, he caught the ball inbounds. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Replay shows that real clear.
And I think on the original play, what I saw was the offensive pass interference being called against Brandon. That's why he got mad. That's why he was mad. I thought they called him out of bounds.
Yeah. And that is a loss of down too. So that is a real big play for Union.
Get another chance to look at it there. It must have happened upfield because I didn't see it there.
Well, it's hard to tell. Here he goes.
Harris going to throw deep again. Incomplete. Good try on the far side of the field. And good defensive effort there by the Bulldogs.
But that pass was right on the money. It hit him right in the hands. If he had held on to that would have been huge for Union.
So third down coming up with 18 seconds to go in the quarter. David Smith just simply could not hold on to that last pass by Harris. A little bit too high. So Harris will bring him out.
Once again, another big third down play, Jim.
There's
a flag. There's a flag on the play.
It's 3rd and 25 following that huge 15-yard penalty. And let's see what the flag's all about. Looks like they're going to march it off against the Bulldogs. Offside is the call.
They must have lined up in the neutral zone, Jim.
So now it will be 3rd and 20. The ball will be at the Bulldog 47-yard line. They have to get it down to the 27 for the first down.
3rd and 20.
18 seconds remaining in a very exciting third quarter.
It's back and forth all night long.
Smith and Clayton wide to the left side. Brandon coming out wide right along with Savage. You know he's going to throw on 3rd and 20. The man in motion is Clayton. Harris drops, rolls to his right, got time. Now has to avoid one, wants to throw. Pressure, going to run now, puts it up deep, long down throw, incomplete. Just over the head of the intended receiver in the end zone, David Smith. And it will bring up 4th down. Holy smokes. What a throw on the run by Josh Harris.
He was under tremendous pressure, and he just about put that one in, just a little bit long, or else this game is tied up.
Tony Bowie was chasing him, and I thought Bowie was going to get him, and then all of a sudden Harris just unloaded, and Smith just could not quite catch up to the ball. Here it is again. Look at that throw. You could see Smith's feet tangled up just a little bit as he went to get it.
Honest
well,
to
here
goodness.
we go again. The ball is going to be punted. It will roll into the end zone. And the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 when the 4th quarter begins. That was the final play of quarter number 3. 12 more minutes to go here in the Class 3A state championship game. Our score, the Bulldogs of Camden 21 and the 2-time defending state champion Yellow Jackets of Union 14. Don't go away. We are coming back with 4th quarter action right after this. Fourth quarter about to begin. Bulldog football from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball is handed off to the tailback and making some nice yardage. There's Marcus Brown out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Second and 3 for the Bulldogs. Hand off again this time, and nothing doing as Brown is tripped up just as he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Tough going inside there. That's always tough going.
So a big 3rd down play for the Bulldogs. They give him a yard, 3rd and 2. Once again, Brown in the backfield with the quarterback, Eric McCullum. McCullum playing very well in this huge game. 11 minutes to go. Bulldogs by a touchdown. McCullum keeps. Didn't fool him. Can he outrun him? No, out of bounds back at the 27-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down. Good job that time by the Yellow Jackets to string it out and force the 4th down. So Union will get it back again. Coming into the game will be Gray Biggins to punt it away. He will stand back at his own 15. Back to receive for the Yellow Jackets will be Salters as well. And let's see where Biggins punts this one to. Standing at his own 15. Good snap, no pressure. Setting up the return. Salters from his own 39 trying to go wide and taken down on a great individual one-on-one tackle by Bruce Lee. So the Yellow Jackets will get it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Good field position, though, with 10:44 to go in the game.
That was good coverage on the play by the Bulldogs. Bruce Lee made a real nice tackle. But here we go again.
Josh Harris and company back on for the Union Yellow Jackets. Man in motion is Brandon. And a flag on the play. And it looked like maybe some movement on the part of the Yellow Jackets, but let's wait and see. No, I think they're going the other way, lining up in the neutral zone again are the Bulldogs.
Looks like the right end of Camden was in the neutral zone, lined up in the neutral zone. We got a real good view of this one, Jim, and he looked like he had that hand in the zone there.
Charles King was penalized on the play for the Bulldogs, so it will be 1st and 5, and the ball now across midfield in Bulldog territory at the 49-yard line. 10:44 to go. The ball is handed off straight up the gut. Goes to little running back Roberto Smith. He will get close to the 45-yard line.
There's a nice little play on that. He cut back against the grain and got a little bit of yardage where it didn't look like there was any.
They will give it to the 46, so it will be 2nd and 2. Remember that the Yellow Jackets started with a 1st and 5 following the neutral zone infraction against the Bulldogs. 2nd and 2 from the 46. This might be a free play for Harris. See if he wants to go downfield with it. There's the snap, wants to throw, looking for the first down, finds Smith, steps side one, goes to the 36-yard line. That's a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
He was wide open on that one, Jim. He made a nice inside move and got another 5 yards after the catch.
Ball just inside the left hash and just outside the 36.
It's like two heavyweights trading blows. Here we go again.
Under 10 minutes to go.
Union is moving again. Is the momentum swinging back? It looks like.
Boy, it's hard to tell. It's been going back and forth for a while. Harris drops to throw. Looking along down the left side. He just overthrows David Smith there. Incomplete. He had a man. He had Roberto Smith wide open in the flat on the right side, but you could see, Marty, that he just kind of locked in on Smith, and that's where he was going.
He was going on him all the way. But he was well covered by the Camden defense. Brandon Butler was back there with him.
And boy, that's been a good one-on-one battle, hasn't it?
I'm serious. That's been fun to watch. That's been a lot of fun to watch.
2nd and 10 from the 36.
And this big crowd is getting excited again. They're all into it.
Rolling to his right is Harris. The throw, bad, incomplete, low and away. And they'll bring up 3rd and 10.
He was under just a little bit of pressure there, but he had that man open. It's one of the few bad passes he's thrown all night.
So it looks like it will probably be 4-down territory here with 9:40 to go, although we'll see. Right now the Yellow Jackets looking to the bench over there to head coach Mike Anthony for the play. And a good look there at Jimmy Neal, the head coach for Camden. What a job he has done.
He's hard to keep an eye on. He moves up and down that sideline.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. They need to get to the 26. Harris, he's got pressure. The throw, pass complete, 30, 25, first down, 20. And down to the 18-yard line goes Charles Brandon. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
That was a great call by the Union coaching staff. He was wide open, and he just about busted that. Camden came on a blitz in that one, Jim, but they picked it up well, and the pass was wide open. And here we go again.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Savage and Brandon go out wide right, and Smith is wide left to the near side. Smith, the tailback, is behind Harris. He gets the football, and Roberto Smith crosses the 15 and then is shoved back beyond it, but the spot should be right about the 15-yard line. Nice tackle on the play, and we've called his name a lot tonight, Tony Bowie, the 6'1", 215-pound junior.
He's really stepped up his game tonight, and he's made some good plays.
Ball at the 14-yard line, 2nd down and 6. Under 9 minutes to go, but plenty of time. Smith to the left of Harris. Man in motion is Brandon. Harris wants to roll to his left. He throws. It's complete to the 5-yard line. That'll be a first down to Charles Brandon.
Great play by Harris, that quarterback. He rolled and he had his man zeroed in and made a really, really nice pass on that one.
Official spot will be the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3.
I was going to say that's another first down. They are just rolling right down the field. Here we go.
Wishbone backfield. This time Harris up behind center. Hand it off. Fullback, nothing doing. Oh, what a play. What a brilliant tackle by the Bulldogs. The handoff went to Curtis Rice, and he had no chance at all.
They smelled that very well on that one, Jim, and they threw him for a bit of a loss.
Dexter Murphy with the play for the Bulldogs. So it will bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. And an official timeout. The clock stops with 7:51 to go. Union knocking on the door, and the Bulldogs are not opening it up, at least not yet. Once again, that full house backfield. Handoff, tailback Smith trying to go right side. He gets it inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line, and that's all.
Charles King slowed him down on that a little bit, allowed the defensive backs to come up and make the play on that, Jim.
So it will bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. Right now, what you see is just mano-a-mano along those offensive and defensive lines.
Give me a shot, let me see if I can take it, and I'll give it right back to you. That's the way it's been, Jim, back and forth. This is, boy, the fans are really enjoying this, and as we are up here, this has been a great game tonight.
Harris will work out of the gun on 3rd and goal from the 3. He has Smith to his left, double wideouts. He rolls. He wants to lob it into the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown.
Great play.
Touchdown. Caught by Chris Clayton in the end zone, and it's now 21-20.
It makes you wonder, Jim, why they ran that full house backfield on those plays when that was so wide open.
Well, it's not something that they normally run, and they ran it for a couple of plays. They got nothing really either time.
Exactly, and it just makes you wonder. But here we go to tie it back up again with 6:56 going. This game is, oh my goodness.
Zapata trying to make it 3 for 3 for him tonight. The spot, the kick, it's up, and it's good.
And it's good. There it is.
We got a tie game with 6 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of the Class 3A state championship game. There is our score, as the 2-time defending state champion Yellow Jackets from Union have just scored to tie it up. We'll come back with more right after this. (21-21) is the score, just a little less than 7 minutes to go. The Bulldogs will get it back, and the return will be from the 7-yard line to the 20, 25, big haul, 35, still on his feet and down at the 45-yard line. A huge return for the Bulldogs, little number 28, as always, Marcus Brown. And now Camden with good field position here with 6:48 to go.
Marcus Brown, the all-purpose back for Camden. He returns kicks and he runs it. Scored a touchdown tonight. Scored 2, hasn't he?
So Eric McCollum will come in, and yes, he has two touchdown runs of 1 and 9 yards. McCollum, the quarterback, is changing the play. He's got 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Long count, drops back. Wants to throw, looking long down the right side for Grant. Pass is incomplete out there. Defending on the play was Michael Land. No flags anywhere.
They were battling, both guys pushing and shoving back and forth. It would have been tough to throw a flag on that one.
So we'll come back and do it again. 2nd and 10. The ball at the 44-yard line. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Plenty of time. Maybe a couple more possessions for each team.
Camden brings in the tight end, number 42, David Atkinson now. Let's see what they've got in mind.
And an official timeout here, as Eric McCollum saw something and didn't like it. I wonder if he was questioning the ball.
Well, that's exactly what it was,
yeah.
And they're bringing in a new ball.
McCollum didn't like the ball, so they're going to get a new one.
Kind of like Randy Johnson on the mound. Didn't like that one, want a new one. Let's see if I can throw a strike with this one, he's thinking.
McCollum in the gun. Brown with a football. Cuts it back. Fumble.
The ball is loose.
Let's see who's got it. No signal yet. Let's see who's got it. Yellow Jacket football.
Union's got it. This is what folks were saying, Jim. It was going to take a big play, a turnover or something to swing the game one way or the other. And with 6:34 in the game, this could be the play.
So Marcus Brown fumbles the football. The Yellow Jackets get it back in Bulldog territory. at the 48-yard line. A huge turnover in a game that for the most part has been relatively free of turnovers. We'll get a chance to see if we can see who actually recovered the football. There it's loose right there. Falling on it, it looked like was number 44, Dion Glenn. And the pass is incomplete as we return to live action. 2nd and 10. And let's check that. We don't think it was Dion Glenn. It looked like maybe Andre Howes, number 18. Be that as it may, the Yellow Jackets have the ball, 2nd and 10. Fake handoff, Harris wants to throw, rolling, pass is incomplete. Good pressure again applied by the Bulldogs. Big number 90, Charles King, all over Harris.
But that ball was right in the receiver's hands, Jim. He could have had that one. Yeah, I think he led him just a little too much.
3rd and 10.
That was the number 3, Chris Clayton on the pass pattern that time.
Clayton scored the tying touchdown here tonight for the Yellow Jackets. And let's see, right now it's 3rd and 10. The Yellow Jackets unable to take advantage of the fumble by Marcus Brown so far. Harris ready to go. He's in the gun. Stands at his own 45, drops back, rolls. Wants to throw. Looking to the left side. Incomplete. Intended out there for David Smith, and defending on the play for the Bulldogs was Brandon Butler.
You've called his name a number of times tonight, Jim. He's been the Johnny on the spot for the Bulldogs. Thing is, though, you can't give Josh Harris that much time to throw a pass. He just about completed that, and that would have been a first down. That would have been a really huge play for Union had he completed that one.
So on to punt now will be Adam Mullins. Grant back at his own 10, may get a return. Here's the kick. Grant's just going to let it hit. And it takes a good Yellow Jacket roll and rolls and rolls. It is down at about the 7-yard line. And that's where Union will start, 1st and 10. Ball all the way back to the 8-yard line. And let's check that. The Bulldogs obviously will have it 1st and 10. 21-21 is the score, but we still have a lot of time to go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. McCollum on again as the quarterback, and he has done a great job tonight. Brown will line up beside him. Double wideouts to the left side. That's the near side for the Bulldogs. Hand off to Brown, going to go again. Sweeps the left side. Same run, holds on to it this time, and gets out to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, Marcus Brown has been usually pretty dependable carrying the ball. He hasn't laid it down too often this season, and that was a big play earlier, but it didn't seem to hurt the Bulldogs at all when they were able to hold.
Gain of 5. Call it 2nd and 5. Ball at the 12. This time McCollum keeps, big hole. He's going to get the first down out across the 20-yard line. And Marty, let's see if this is not the start of a drive here for the Bulldogs that may decide this game.
Well, Jimmy Neal sure is hoping so.
Spot of the ball is the 21-yard line. As we mentioned, that is enough for the first down.
Again, with both teams, there are so many weapons that each team has that it's going back and forth. The quarterbacks can run, they can throw, they make wise decisions.
Hand off to Brown again, and he'll get only a couple of yards. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, there is our score. And you can see the clock winding down.
It looks like that Kelvin Grant is drawing double coverage down here on the near side, Jim. Just about every time. They just don't want him coming anywhere near the ball.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 23. McCullum looks like he's changing the play at the line. Back in the gun. Straight drop. Over the middle, pass complete, and some room. 45-50, 45-40, it's a foot race, and tackled from behind at the 32-yard line by Salter, who saves the game possibly for the Yellow Jackets. The catch by Marvin Johnson, first down for the Bulldogs.
Great touchdown saving tackle on that play, but Marvin Johnson made a wonderful move, a little juke and a spin move, and he got wide open, took it down to the 21-yard line. But as you said, Jim, that touchdown saving tackle could loom really large here.
1st and 10, ball is kept by McCullum. He's going to sweep right, he's got a hold of the 15 and then out of bounds. Run out of bounds over there by Sean Eisen. Bulldogs on the move. A huge play. And we'll get a chance to watch it here. There's the crossing pattern. And look at the step move. But watch the closing speed here of Salter. Unbelievable tackle from behind. Here we go. Up the middle. Inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line goes Marcus Brown.
And that's a first down, Jim.
It will be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. 4 minutes to go in the game. Let's see what the Bulldogs want to do here. They started back. Now, was it the 3 or was it the 8? It was somewhere around there.
It was inside the 10-yard line, and that was that big third down play to Marvin Johnson.
Handoff to Brown. How close? Penalty flag goes down. Touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Brown got into the end zone, and I know what that one is, or at least I think I do. Holding.
It's holding against the Bulldogs. That'll come back.
Come back.
You can just about guarantee whenever the referee or linesman throw a penalty in that area, it's going to be holding against the offense.
So the touchdown by Marcus Brown is negated. The ball will come back, and it will be marched off all the way back to the 18-yard line. So now it will be 1st and goal from the 18. So what could have broken the tie is negated. First and goal from the 18. Let's see if we can see the hold here. Brown comes through. It seemed to be a late flag toss.
That was a really late flag. I didn't see a hold on that play, though.
Brown is stuffed this time at the 18-yard line for no gain. It seemed like he was almost in the end zone, Marty, when the flag came out. He wasn't in, but he was like maybe at the 3 or something like that.
You're exactly right on that, Jim, and it's that's the way the game is.
2nd and goal from the 18. Clock running, 3:15 to go. Brown lines up to the right of McCullum. They collide. McCullum keeps the football and is smashed back at the 21.
He's lost a little bit on that. They looked like a real mix-up on that, like neither one knew what the other was supposed to do.
So that will bring up 3rd down, and it looks like a timeout is going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets take a timeout here with 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game, and we'll be back with more right after this. Third and goal from the 21-yard line. McCullum, straight drop and flags on the play. And that will probably be an illegal procedure. But let's wait and see. Sometimes it goes the other way. Illegal procedure, it will be against the Bulldogs. So Union County, or rather the Bulldogs from Camden, shooting themselves in the foot here on successive plays.
Well, you know, Jim, early in the game, the ball seemed to be bouncing Camden's way, and now it just looks like it's going back. And hopefully Camden doesn't get themselves out of field goal range.
They're starting to get close to that now. 3rd and goal from the 25. McCullum going to roll right. He's in trouble. He goes down all the way back to the 37-yard line. Holy smokes. And now they very much are out of field goal range. It will be 4th and goal from the 37-yard line. Now, if you're Jimmy Neal, do you punt? I guess you do.
I don't know. I don't think so. Let's see what he's got going out there on the field. Nope, that's the field goal kicker. Number 35, Jake Broom, is going out there.
So let's see if they line up for
Nope.
the field goal, and a timeout is going to be called. No, but it looks like that Gray Biggins will be coming into the game. It looked like the Yellow Jackets had called a timeout. In fact, they have.
They have, yeah.
With 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. So I'm a little surprised at that because now the Yellow Jackets have one timeout remaining in the game, and I'm not sure why they would call it on a 4th and 37.
I don't understand that either, Jim. And where I was confused with Jake Broom going out there, he also snaps. He's the long snapper that they have on the punts. So when I saw him going out there, I thought perhaps they were going to try, but that is definitely out of his range. But you're right about that, Jim. Taking a timeout here gives them but one, and they still have a lot of time left.
And of course, the Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
They do. So let's see what happens here. The last time Gray Biggins punted, he got it down inside the 10-yard line. He's going to try to do that again. It was actually down to the 3-yard line. So he's going to try for that again.
So Biggins will stand back near midfield. Don't go away. This one has a ways to go. Good snap. Everybody holds their spot. Let's see if it can stay in play. It bounces. It will.
And he's done it again.
It will be down at the 6-yard line, and Biggins once again with a huge punt for the Bulldogs.
He's not going for distance, but boy, his spots have been right on the money.
So the Yellow Jackets will take over 1st and 10. The ball all the way back at their own 6-yard line. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. And let's see what Josh Harris and company have to do here.
Well, they can strike quickly too, Jim.
Harris will line up behind center, and his tailback will be Roberto Smith. He will give to Smith, and Smith will get out close to the 10-yard line. So to bring up 2nd down and 5. Our game clock goes inside of 2 minutes. And unless there's a big play here, we may have overtime.
This will be your second overtime game today, won't it, Jim? I'll tell you.
Second overtime game today, and it could have been 3. One game ended 21-20 when the losing team decided not to try for the extra point. They went for the win. Handoff again this time. Will be to Brown. Brown cuts it back. He gets out near the 15, and he's going to be close to a 1st down.
He sure did. He was stopped in the backfield, but he made a nice move, and he cut it back inside for some positive yardage.
And now the Bulldogs call a timeout, using their first of 3, with 1:24 to go in regulation play.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, if they do go into overtime, they each get another timeout. Is that not true?
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct.
So perhaps that's not a bad play for the Bulldogs with a minute and 24 to go.
Don't go away. Back with more right after this. Third and 1. Ball at the 15. Harris. Hands. Smith, did he get it? We're going to have to wait until they unpile.
Boy, that looks close, Jim.
1st down, they got it.
There
First
they go.
down is the call.
Yes, indeed.
So the little guy, Roberto Smith, who has been a mountain of a man in that backfield tonight for the Yellow Jackets, got a huge 1st down. The clock is definitely a factor. It's running, 1:10 to go.
Yeah, he's come up time and time again and made big plays for Union tonight.
So let's see if Harris decides to air it out now. He's gotten out from under the shadow of his own goalpost a little bit. 1st and 10. Less than a minute to go. Harris drops, rolls to his right. He's going to go for the downs. Down the right side. Pass will be incomplete and out of bounds. Intended over there for Brandon.
Number 6, Charles Brandon.
And good defense on the play by the Bulldogs. As usual, Bruce Lee. So back it comes another time with 47 seconds to go.
It looks like he's just trying to bust it wide open on that one, Jim. Going for that Hail Mary and just end it here.
There you see the time remaining and the score. Harris again in the gun. Has Marcus Brown to his left. Hand off to Brown. And Brown will get out to the 26-yard line.
Jimmy Neal will take that play.
Good tackle by Ron Mackey, the 5'11", 200-pound junior, and an official timeout with an injured player from Union down on the field.
The injured player is number 64.
And it looks like it's Eric Young, the big offensive lineman, junior, 6'3", 255 pounds. So they will tend to Eric Young there with 37 seconds remaining in regulation play and overtime looming here in the 3A state championship game. Don't go away. We're back right after these messages. Third and 2. Harris, handoff. Right side. Smith, did he get it? It looks like it's going to be close.
There was Bruce Lee again.
First down is
there
the
it
call.
is.
So with 19 seconds to go now, the Yellow Jackets really don't have many choices at all. They just got to throw the football.
It looks like they may even be playing for the tie, Jim. I don't understand this. It seems to me they would be going downfield a little bit more rather than running the ball.
Clock is running, so there's probably only one play left here in regulation. Josh Harris is going to get the snap off, we think. He does. This is the final play in regulation, and he's just going deep. He's got Brandon out there. He's got it. He's got it.
And that's the game.
10, 5. He's tackled, and we go to overtime.
My goodness gracious.
And we go to overtime.
Who was that on the tackle, Jim? That was Bruce Lee on the tackle. My goodness gracious.
Holy smokes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Holy smokes. Bruce Lee saves the game and may have saved the state championship. What a throw by Josh Harris, and what a catch by Charles Brandon. And it looked like Brandon had a chance to go all the way.
That was unbelievable. That was,
gosh.
Bruce Lee got him with inside the 5-yard line. I mean, he was down at the 2. My goodness, I thought he was going to score.
Well, we have come to the end of regulation play, and before we go away, we want to try to see that unbelievable final play in regulation here, in which the quarterback, Harris, just really aired this out. A great pass. Now, Brandon's got it, but Lee, who got beat on the play, did not give up, and he took the angle. He got the angle and took him down at about the 3-yard line as the game ended. And you could see Brandon knew it.
Both players were down there, and Bruce Lee with a look on his face of relief and.
But you know, give Lee a lot of credit because not only did he not quit on it, but he took the angle, he cut off the angle, and that enabled him to catch Brandon. If he tries to run straight, he never gets him. Well, don't go away. We have overtime coming up right after this. It's overtime, and Union will be on offense first. The Bulldogs won the toss and elected to play defense. 4 tries from the 10, and here we go. The handoff, nothing doing, stuffed at the 12-yard line. Great play by the Bulldogs as the little running back, Roberto Smith, could not get out of his own backfield.
That was number 90, Charles King, on the stop, Jim. There looks like the Bulldogs may be fired up, but then again, Union, after that last play, they feel that they should have scored.
Ball is back at the 12. Harris, the quarterback. He lines up with Smith to his right. Double wideouts to the right side. Single to the left. It's Smith. Harris rolling right. Runs straight up the middle. He's got some room. Harris down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. It opened up like the sea parting in the middle of the field, and Harris spotted it and went to the 3. But that will bring up 3rd and goal. And actually the spot will be at the 2.
3rd and goal from the 2.
3rd and goal.
Right where they start from the extra point there, Jim.
Pretty close. They're pretty close to the extra point spot. Full house backfield on 3rd and goal. Harris wants to throw. Man open incomplete.
Oh, unbelievable.
David Smith had it. And
Say it again.
Knocked out of his hands by Brandon Butler.
Say it again. Brandon Butler. Johnny on the spot.
Fourth down now, and the decision comes for the Yellow Jackets. Do you try to score, or do you kick the field goal and take 3 points? My guess is they should take the field goal.
I would. I'd go for the field goal, and then that forces Camden to, if they want to win, to go for a touchdown.
Now timeouts have been added, as we mentioned, 1 each, so now Camden with 3 and the Yellow Jackets with 2. Zapata is on to try the field goal. It will be 19 yards, so not very far. A little bit longer than an extra point.
And he's right in the middle of the field too, so it's a good spot for him, Jim.
Snap, kick, it's up. Is it? No good.
No
He
good.
missed it wide right. He missed it wide right, and now the Bulldogs can win the game on this possession. The ball comes back out to the 10-yard line, and the Bulldogs will have it. So now all the pressure reverts to the Yellow Jackets. And 19-yard field goal. Zapata missed it wide right.
All Camden has to do is score here.
And timeout is called here by the Yellow Jackets before the first offensive play for the Camden Bulldogs. And now I would think, and here's another situation you see a lot in overtimes, the Bulldogs just might try to kick the field goal right here and win the game.
You know, that's a thought that I had too. Jake Broom has been pretty good for Camden, so we'll see what happens.
Here's the throw on that last play that was deflected, and another saving play. Boy, David Smith had it just go off his fingertips.
And he was in there.
Here it is. Broom is going to try to win it right here. The kick will be 27 yards. Let's see if he hits it. Boykin to hold, and now time is called again. Time is called again, and now the Yellow Jackets are out of timeouts.
They've taken
so
their
they're
last
trying
one.
to ice Broom. And let's see now. Let's see if Jimmy Neal changes his mind.
We've got the classic line, a chess match going on here. The old cliche fits right in, but my golly, Jim, this has been a game. It's been back and forth. No one had momentum for longer than maybe a couple of series of plays. And here we go. Jake is going to try it.
He will try the field goal. Again, it'll be from 27 yards, and this time he'll kick it because the Yellow Jackets have no more timeouts. There is the guy with the state championship on his right foot. Boykin will hold. It will be 27 yards. You watch with us. The kick is up. It is good.
Camden wins. An undefeated season for the Camden Bulldogs, 15-0, and the Union Yellow Jackets are distraught. But the Bulldogs, they've done it.
A 27-yard field goal by Jake Broom decides the championship, and the Bulldogs, who led by 14 at one point in this game and never trailed in the game, wins it in overtime on the Broom field goal by the score of 24-21. It's not the first time we've seen it happen here today, but this game had all the earmarks of a heavyweight championship match, and at the end, a little field goal kicker decides it. What a finish. But you think about it, how many heroes do the Bulldogs have here? I mean, Bruce Lee, that's one right there.
Honest to goodness, Jim,
Brandon Butler in the end zone down here. He deflects the pass from Smith that probably would have scored.
And all night long, they were back and forth, and there it is out there, the players just mingling, and it was a great season for both teams. And Camden comes off and dethrones the state champions. What a game. This was everything anyone could ask for. It's a real shame that there has to be a loser. Let's just say it. They were two great teams going at it, and neither one asking for any quarter and neither one giving. And here's the replay.
Let's take a look at it again. No doubt about it, Broom, and the celebration for the Bulldogs begin. Jake Broom, the youngster, kicks the game-winning field goal and he's trying to run away from his teammates before they kill him.
You're exactly right, Jim.
And there is the championship celebration for the Bulldogs, who dethroned the two-time defending champion Yellow Jackets from Union. Well, Marty, I'll tell you what, we had a good one, and I enjoyed working with you.
Jim, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. This has been a lot of fun. This has truly been a lot of fun.
You can see the crowd still going ballistic here as the Bulldogs from Camden complete that magic 15-0 season, and they win the 3A state championship by the score of 24-21 in overtime over the Gutty Yellow Jackets of Union High School, the two-time defending state champions. Our crew coordinator for tonight's game has been Wes Reed. Our camera operators are Mike Edwards, Martin Davis, and Rob Hubbard. The executive producer for tonight's game is Troy Melquist. For Marty Kramer, I'm Jim Henderson. We invite you to stay tuned for the championship celebration, the presentation of the awards to the champions Bulldogs from Camden High School. There's our final score. We hope you've enjoyed it. Take care, everyone.
Nick Vaughn. 98, Devin DeHart. At 99, Nick Manis. Those are the players for Union. The coaching staff, head coach Mike Anthony. His assistants Wayne Bell, Kevin Farmer, Harris Sanders, Billy Jack Moore, Greg Lawson, Tommy Tehe, Floyd Lyles, Mike Hawkins, Kevin Lancaster, Tim Harrison, David Lawson, Mark Edmond, Charlie Jenkins, Wayne Gregory, Danny Gold, Scott Schubert, Jason Baker, along with Chad Lawson, and trainer Mike Massey, Don Cudd, and John James, analyst at Gene Palmer Statistics. And to other members of the organization, managers Jamie Gillian, Chris Knox, Matt Gold, and Josh Jennings, athletic training staff Mike Massey and Eric Lawson. To everyone connected with the team, including the cheerleading sponsors Melanie Jenkins and Sherry Callahan, band directors Buddy Wilkes, Lori Lunsford, and Rex Robbins, Rodney McAbee, team consultants, team doctors, chain crew, everybody, the cheerleaders, the wonderful cheerleading coaches, to you all. It was a wonderful season, and we present next the runner-up trophy to the Union High School Yellow Jackets, Upper State Champions Class 3A 2001. Be proud of your accomplishments in another superb year. And now we present the Camden High School Bulldogs, 3A champions. Presentation. Cheerleaders, band members, the fans of the Camden Bulldogs, congratulations as you are now presented the state championship trophy by the South Carolina High School League, forever indicating that in the year 2001, the Camden Bulldogs are the Class 3A High School football champions. And again, our thanks to our sponsor, Southland Log Homes. Remember, you can spend every night in the country, no matter where you live, if you're in a Southland Log Home. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm Insurance. Campus Colors. Before you leave tonight, visit the Campus Colors booth for state championship t-shirts, jewelry, and buttons. And when you need a real pick-me-up, choose Gatorade, the athlete's drink, or delicious treats stopped by Wendy's for an old-fashioned hamburger. And when you're driving, choose Ford from the Ford dealers of the Carolinas. For the high school league, for everyone connected with this weekend's activity. Again, thank you for your attendance. On your way home, please drive carefully. This is your Weekend of Champions announcer, Jim C.